Good morning, tubers. Matt and Roy back again. Back on the 28th of August, 2017. Still here from Green, New York. I love the feedback I got from you guys from the vlog yesterday on that little street side library. That is so cool. I did not realize that they had those all across the country. That's the first one I've ever seen. I know at least in our area there really there isn't anything like that. I'll have to look around. We'll probably take a walk around the town either tomorrow or Tuesday, and yeah, we'll see if we can find a few more of those. Well, this may not be too long of a vlog. Actually, it's probably be a multi-day vlog because I am still planning on doing the live stream from the local variety store. I know I keep calling it Village Variety. It's actually the new 5 and Dime variety store. We just, over the years, because ever since I can remember, that has always been called Village Variety until the new people took it over. So I need to start making sure I call it what it actually is. Couple things that were on my mind. I really wanted to express my condolences to everybody that lives down in the Texas area, Houston, and all the areas that have been hit. Port Aransas, Corpus Christi, with this terrible Hurricane Harvey. I was just watching the news, and they were showing people in the Houston area that didn't even really get the full hurricane. It was pretty much a tropical storm when it went there, but the problem is it stalled over that area, and it just kept raining and raining and raining. And unfortunately, some people didn't heed the warning. They really thought they were going to be okay, and I'm seeing people being taken out by rowboats, small power boats. And, there's tons of water there, in some cases high enough to cover the street signs, and most people are being rescued from their roofs. So the best thing I can tell you to do is, if you're down there and they're warning you, saying that there's a flash flood warning, get to higher ground, or better yet, just get out of town if you possibly can. And unfortunately, some of the outer bands are coming towards our area in Virginia. As a matter of fact, this morning, my area in Virginia, Hampton Roads area, for the most part, actually the whole area is under a flash flood warning. We're looking at 2 to 4 inches of rain there, but do not worry, because where we live, we're pretty high above sea level. We've had more rain there. It would probably take a good 8 to 10 inches to actually start flooding our house. So, but that being said, there are a lot of people that live in the Portsmouth area, different areas of Norfolk near the Hague, where they're very close to sea level, and in some cases below sea level, and it only takes about a half an inch of rain for the Hague to start overflowing its banks, and yeah, it's just going to be a real disaster. Hopefully the people remember from previous years how badly the flooding gets down there. Bad. I don't even think that's a word. How bad the flooding gets down there. So hopefully they'll heed the warning. At least in Norfolk, what they do is they allow people to park their vehicles in the public parking garages for free until the weather, subsides, which is really nice. I mean, it's normally about up to $2 an hour to park in those, but they do this so people don't lose their vehicles to the flooding. It just saddens me to think that, we're very ignorant when it comes to that. We're very forgetful because, after about a year, people forget how bad the flooding can be with these storms. And I don't know, guys. I think as a society, we're getting dumber and dumber and dumber. Well, I'm going to pause the vlog for a few minutes. We're actually going to head over to my aunt's house in Maine, New York. It's probably about a half an hour, 40 minutes away. She's not going to go to work until this evening. She's going to do some cooking today, so we go over there and help her out and kind of just hang out for a while. We'll see what the rest of the day brings, and I will talk to you guys a little bit later. Well, here we are at my aunt's place. You can see her dog Lila is out here playing with the chickens. She's got a couple of these orange-colored chickens. Got some black ones, and then one blonde-colored chicken up there. Just letting him graze to get some food and some exercise. What you doing, Lila? Lila? Got all those smells out here. But, yep, we got here safely. We're going to kind of just hang out for a while. And not sure what else we're going to do today. I know we're going to get something to eat a little bit later because we're both getting kind of hungry. And, yeah, I'll talk to you guys a little bit later. My aunt wants to show us how she gets the eggs. Hopefully you guys can see it well.
There's some in here.
Let's see.
Aw. None. I got 2 this morning. Sorry. But
no eggs, guys. Well, normally they just lay them right here usually.
Yeah, we'll come back in about 2 hours. There'll be more.
Awesome. Man, it is so much fun here. I love her garden. We never get to have one at home. We don't have a good place for it. Later on, we're going to come out with a couple of bags and actually pick some tomatoes. You can see we got a few tomatoes down there. This one's about ready to be picked, and then I think we got a few more over here. Yeah, one down there can be picked and a couple over here. But Aunt Lisa's showing us her kale and her Swiss chard. The garden just looks absolutely amazing. Chickens are back going in their coop again. A couple of them are out, but yeah. So we're going to go ahead inside. My aunt's going to go and show us how to make some pickles, and we'll talk to you guys a little bit later. So we're actually out here. We're still in the garden picking some cucumbers for pickles. She has 2 different varieties. She has ones like this, and it's funny because they're actually kind of spiky if you look at it, but she says these are really good for pickling. Once she goes through the process, man, she makes some of the best pickles I've ever had. She does the kosher dills, and she also does the bread and butter pickles, and man, if you guys like pickles, just come over here and try some. Hey, tubers, so... Uh-oh. No, don't. She said don't give her the cucumbers. Mom and I are going to go ahead and feed the chickens some cucumbers. They seem to like all these different vegetables. Look at the feeding frenzy. Oh, she got one right there. Now, see if they'll eat that. What is that you just threw there?
Chard.
Some chard. Now, they don't seem to be thrilled with that.
Well, they're eating that. They don't seem to be eating the cucumbers. Oh, there's a couple.
No, they're picking at the chard, not
there's
really. They don't really love it.
Cucumber.
Oh, yeah, I see it right there.
One of them eating the cucumber.
And Lisa says they're good for them. I can imagine vegetables are good for people. Why not for chickens, right?
They don't like
just
that
kind
squash.
of picking
though.
at the chard, though. No, they don't. You see that squash that's right over there? They won't even touch that. That's funny how they just pick at the chard. I think that cucumber's gone. That black one pretty much just ate it all up.
No, it's still a bit left. I can see it.
Where?
It's there.
Oh, there's the Lena. Oh, I can feel Lila down here.
Is she there?
Well, we'll let them eat their food, and then we'll go in and do some pickling. All right, tubers, so it is the next day. We were just doing some cleaning around the house. Got the kitchen all nice and clean for my uncle when he gets home. And next, we need to run over to the laundromat and do some laundry. We're going to take all of my uncle's comforters, blankets, bedding, everything that hasn't been washed in heaven knows how long. Bring it over to the laundromat, put it in one of those big washers, and get that all done today, seeing as we really don't have anything else to do. So, going to be a little productive today. I mean, there's not too much else to talk about. Oh, let me show you guys one of the really cool thing quick that my aunt picked up a few weeks ago. Gotta bring the other room, and I'll show you what it is. All right, Tuber, so we are in the TV room at my uncle's place, and check this out. You might remember a few years back when I came here, I did a review of another VCR that the neighbor had given us. Well, since then, unfortunately, that VCR has kicked the bucket. But my aunt was at a garage sale a few weeks ago and came across this one for $1. Now, this is a General Electric, and I love the terminology here, Profect forehead video system. This was made around 1986 when they were trying to use all those fancy terms to sell their product. And I just think that's really clever for the time. I mean, nobody would believe it today, but back in the 80s, everybody wanted to have the latest and the greatest, and that just kind of pushed it out there to the consumer. As you can see, this one is not cable ready. This one has the actually 15 programmable channels. You can program the cable channels in here, but you can only go up so high. I believe channel 42 is the highest you can actually program into this VCR. Got your channel select here, which goes up and down the list right here. And a cool thing with these are you can actually take them out and let's see if I can do it with my finger here. There's a little list on the side here. Yeah. There we go. You can actually pull these out, and back in the day, you would have had interchangeable tabs. So let's say you wanted channel 12 instead of channel 2. You would actually pull that little tab out and put a 12 in there instead of seeing the 2. Go ahead and get that back in there. And here you have your, this is the old school way of programming channels. You would set your UHF, VHF, or low to high channels here. I've already programmed about 6 of them in. Then what you would actually do is you would move these wheels to go through the different channels and find the exact channel that you wanted to program to that specific slot. You have regular tracking, slow tracking, and picture control. I do like the picture control feature. Different tapes, depending on how they were recorded, you may need to sharpen up a little bit or turn the sharpness down, and that allows you to do that. This is for setting the programmer and the time, which I have done on this particular VCR. And everything on this VCR works perfectly. When I first got it, I plugged it in, and I wasn't getting really any power. I heard a little sizzle coming from the power supply, so I unplugged it, and what I did is I let it sit for about an hour or two, because this was actually stored out in a barn for a while, and I figured maybe it got a little bit of moisture in there, and sure enough, about 2 hours later, plugged it in. The thing works absolutely great. Now, I did take this apart, and I cleaned the VHS head, video head, audio head, and all the cap stands, and they were filthy. But ever since I did that, it's working like a champ. And I actually have a James Bond tape, Live and Let Die, in there. So I just thought you guys would get a kick out of that, showing you another one of these older VCRs that, although don't have all the features of a modern VCR, I can almost guarantee you're going to last a lot longer than any VCR made in the late 90s and even early 2000s. All right, tubers, well, here we are at the laundromat. I cannot believe how much these big washers are. $5.50. And you can only put about 2 comforters in here, so some of the stuff may not actually get done. These are these Speed Queen commercial washers. Hopefully they do a good job. Mom and I are going to spend probably a couple hours doing the laundry today, and we'll see what happens the rest of the day. Talk to you later. Tubers. Well, I'm going to go and end this vlog, because this is actually a multi-day vlog, and I think it's me getting a little bit on the long side at this point. I am suffering with some allergies since I got here. Very typical when I'm up in Green. Don't get me wrong, I love the town, but I do tend to suffer with some seasonal allergies when I'm up here, especially in the summer and the springtime. Not so much in the fall and winter, because by then pretty much everything is died off that causes my allergies. With me, it's mildew, mold, and I think a lot of the mold actually comes from the basement in that house. Probably going to have to try to get somebody in there to clean it out. I can't even go down there without almost having to go to the hospital. So, you know what? Not here that long, and we'll have to see what happens. I'm going to end the vlog here for today. Hope you guys are really enjoying these. I've gotten some great feedback on the live stream I did yesterday. From the Village Variety. One comment I did want to address real quick is everybody keeps asking me to hold my phone in the landscape and not portrait mode. Unfortunately, it does not work on my particular phone. I have to hold it basically in the portrait mode, or when you see me, you'll see me upside down. So hopefully that limitation will be corrected with the next software update. Please remember to like and subscribe. And as always, have a blessed day, everybody.